I've seen some pretty maps for this game, but wow. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary's Mod. And today the map I'm going to be checking out is GM Boreas. A whole bunch of you have been suggesting this for a while, saying that I should find this pretty much right up my alley for this channel. A good mix of creepy from the sense of isolation, but also comfy. And I'm certainly feeling the comfy. Let's see if it lives up to the creepy aspect. If not, I'm certainly going to enjoy it either way. Now, some other things that I was told are that this map is huge, and yeah, I can see that. And also, that there's quite a large underground. I believe the context for this map is that it's some kind of Arctic facility. I'm not sure where it takes place exactly, maybe somewhere in Siberia. Yeah, maybe I should have read the workshop page before I started this, but in any case, down there is where we're going. Now, I don't know if this whole map is just the roads surrounding that facility, but it certainly seems as good a starting point as any. Although, if we follow this road up the mountain, maybe we'll be able to gain a better vantage point and see what's around. Just looking at this hill and how steep it is, I can already tell I would be dying trying to climb this. I get winded when there's even a slight incline. There seems to be an overlook up ahead here. Hello. We have what looks to be a couple of missile silos down there. Maybe a ramp entrance right there. Another one right there, under the silos themselves. A warehouse right there. And some kind of observatory, some kind of observation facility over there. Wow, there's so much to this map. I can't see anything off in that distance over there, but there's two bridges crossing over a ravine. This road seems like... Let's come over here. I'm trying to follow the road because I'm hoping that that will lead me to more things. Yeah, the road probably loops up and around this mountain and all the way down to there. Wow, this map is huge. I'm going to be at this forever. I'm going to be at this forever. Hello. Now, like I said, I was told that this map has quite a large underground. If this is connected to the stuff that's down there, my god, how huge must this be? I really hope this is more of a mountain tunnel and functioning as like an exit from the level. What's over here? Okay, it seems like that's what we're doing. Okay, thank god. I mean, I do enjoy a large map, but I mean, there's a limit. Then again, this doorway looks like it might be openable. No, okay. Thank God, because if this huge map, if the whole thing is an underground, I don't know if I have time for that. I feel like I should plant a flag. I can't believe this is Gary's Mod. I find myself saying that a lot when playing these VR games. I just can't believe this is the game I used to screw around in as a middle schooler, placing a bunch of barrels or zombies. Same game. I don't think a purchase on Steam has ever paid off so much. Okay, so there's some kind of watchtower down there that I didn't see before. Anything else? No, I think that's about it. Oh, there might be a little house on the other side of that ravine. Okay, well, I think the first thing we're gonna do is head over for that observation building, whatever that is, and then work our way around, finally culminating in the silos. I don't know if these buildings over here are gonna have access to the underground, but I'm pretty certain that the silos are going to. Now, this may seem a comfy winter wonderland of a map, and on its face, that's what it is. Until you consider what it really is that we're looking at right now. I mean, sure, you have this vast, beautiful snowscape, dotted with only the occasional hints of human infrastructure. And that makes it seem less like you're stranded out in the wilderness and more like you're out on a fun outing, like you're going skiing or building a snowman. But looking at this image, we know it's not just occasional dots of human settlement. We're graced with the foreknowledge that beneath all of this is a large underground. That this serene scene can't be taken at face value. And think about where we are. Sure, we have these bridges, these, well, seemingly military constructions, but we're out in the middle of nowhere, possibly Siberia, maybe? I haven't even read the workshop page. What's out here that they wanted to hide? And what horrors are contained within this beautiful scene? Well, let's go find out. Have I mentioned that I can't believe this is a Garry's Mod map? I mean, geez, the amount of effort that must have gone into this and the amount of time it must have taken for the creator to put all this together. And that is a tunnel entrance. Huh. It looks like that tunnel actually comes out on the other side. So it might not even be underground access, it might literally just be a tunnel through that mountain. Okay, well, we've already arrived at, I don't know, maybe a radar station? Still am not exactly sure what that is, but we'll check that out first since we're already here. Calais radar station. Okay. Is there a way we can get in? There's a ladder we can climb right there. I don't know if these garage doors will open. Well, the lights are on. You never know if a place is supposed to be abandoned or if there's just no players. In this case, it could kind of go either way. I mean, the lights were still on GM Krot, and I have a feel... Do you hear that? Sounds like someone's working on a computer in there, but I couldn't see anyone through the windows. If I looked up just now and actually saw somebody through the windows, I would have legitimately had a heart attack on the spot right there. Okay, let's have a look. Now, we haven't quite reached anxiety levels yet requiring a safety Glock. However, we'll see what happens once we reach the underground. For example, that doorway certainly seems like something they don't want me to enter. And an elevator. Oh, that's the sound I heard. This is printing out data. You know, this is actually a pretty cozy spot. Whether for science or gaming with the bros, this seems like such a nice place. There's something... So, I obviously talk a lot about the connection between creepy and comfy. And I think part of that is insulation from some perceived danger, which can include the weather. And obviously, you can practically feel the cold, but imagine a blizzard coming down. You can see, even without being there, the discomfort that would be experienced by stepping outside. It's freezing out there. But there's a window between you and that, and a heated room to sit in. I've always felt that that insulation from something you don't want is a big part of the connection between creepy and comfy. The idea that there is a threat, but that you're safe from it. Here's the garage. Okay. Oh, this does not open on its own. Admittance to authorized personnel only. Is there something around here that I can use to open this door? Maybe if I take that ladder onto the roof. Or wait, what's here? Haven't opened this door yet. Ah, the stash. I mean, to paint a picture of what I was saying, can't you just imagine you're stationed here, meant to be doing some research or observation or something? There's a raging blizzard outside in the middle of the night, but you still have power, so you and all your friends are just having a gaming LAN session. And you step away and fill yourself a glass of water and turn around and see your friends plunking away at each other while the storm rages outside the window. This door just has me so curious. Maybe if I climb that ladder to get onto the roof, I can find something else. I don't see anything here, but I can see that that is indeed a structure across the ravine, so I'll have to check that out. Maybe if I try the elevator, it'll take me up. That's not up. That's not up at all. How deep does this go? This all seems very deep. I don't think this is just a basement. I think this is the underground that was talked about. Oh my. It's like some kind of rail connecting the areas, I guess. And these must be the controls. Okay, I'll come back to this. I have to check out some other stuff on the surface first before I even begin to crack this stuff. Actually, what can we reach first? The shed or the tunnels? Actually, I think if we follow the road around through the tunnels, it'll come up on the other side and up by the shed and the watchtower. Whee! I need a sled mod, that's what I need. Here we come approaching the dark tunnel. Imagine getting caught away from base and having to hunker down in a snowstorm in this tunnel. Safe from the freezing winds, but every time you glance away from your little lantern, you think that you maybe might have seen someone step away from the edge of the tunnel. That's the thing about wilderness like this, is that it can be very comfy, but also very unnerving once you start to get the impression, once you get the idea in your head that you're possibly not alone out here. Actually, you know what playing these maps kind of reminds me of? And this is me unlocking a memory from when I was like 5. I used to have this game called like the Crayola 3D Castle Creator or something like that. And in the beginning, there was this court jester guy who would give you a tutorial on how to do it all. You would basically take these different structures, these parts of a castle, and you'd be able to build it and walk around and explore in it. And it was kind of like Minecraft before Minecraft. But when the tutorial ended, he said a line to the effect of, like, "I'll be right behind you all the way." That scared the absolute crap out of me, because while I was walking around in this empty, like, early 90s or mid-90s 3D graphics world, I always thought that he was literally following me around the map, and that if I turned around at just the right time, I'd see this creepy blocky court jester just skitter around a corner or something. I had an imagination. And I didn't know what phrases meant. Okay, I just came up with another scary scenario for this location. Imagine you're part of the team manning the radar station, and one night, just a big beam of light just comes through the window, and it's really irritating. So you get on your radio, you're trying to tell the tower, like, hey, kill that light, like, what are you doing? And another member of the staff informs you that due to poor weather, there's no one manning this tower. I mean, I feel like that's where a lot of the horror in a situation like this would come from. It's the idea of thinking that you're not alone out here, even though logically there... Whoa, I almost fell over there. Even though logically there shouldn't possibly be anyone else out here. Gonna ignore the fact that I just broke both my legs. I mean, the game Firewatch kind of touched on that quite a lot. I really like that game. Some people didn't like how the story worked out. I actually adore it. This map also has shades of John Carpenter's The Thing, where if something crazy were to start happening out here, you may not have contact because of the weather, and even if you do, help is quite a long ways away. Oh, big hangar doors. Very loud hangar doors. And nothing inside. Well, makes my job easier. Alright, we'll cross this bridge, check out that structure that's over there, and then I'm gonna come back and re-enter the underground through the radar station because I have a feeling that one way or another it's all gonna end up connecting to... Oh wow, there's even more down there. That one way or another it's all gonna end up connecting to the missile base. Yep, there's another structure down there. So there's a radio tower. I wonder if this functions as some kind of dwelling for the staff of the radar station. Because I didn't see any kind of barracks area in the station itself. And you know, that's an even scarier thought. This is probably the only place where you can communicate with the outside. Imagine if you were stationed in the radar station and some weird things started happening, and it would mean somebody has to trek over here in order to get on the radio. Imagine making it all the way over here and finding that someone's destroyed the radio. It may seem like I'm making something out of nothing, but I feel like in life, the scariest things, or at least the most unnerving things, are the stories you tell yourself about what might be around the corner. Yeah, this also looks like quite a cozy spot, but I've still yet to find anything that could be construed as housing for the staff. Are they really just meant to sleep on the various sofas that are strewn about? Actually, that doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world, but surely there's not enough of them. Anything in the shed? It doesn't look like this is openable. Now I'm of course gonna want to get down there and see what that's all about. What an absolutely gorgeous looking map. Although, yet another scary scenario. Imagine you're walking through this canyon and all of a sudden you hear a roar somewhere behind you, knowing that there's nowhere to hide and nowhere to run but straight forward. Better hope you're faster than whatever's out there. Or at least have enough of a lead for it to make a difference. Zetha's checkpoint. All vehicles and persons entering or leaving the area are subject to search and inspection. I get the feeling this is actually the entrance to the greater loop that exists up there. Alright, well, let's start kicking in doors. Garage. This must be the gate controls, which we have now just opened. How far down does all this go? That sign can't stop me because I can't read. We got ourselves an armory. I don't feel quite threatened enough to pull out the safety Glock just yet. But we still have a whole underground to explore, so who knows. See, this is such a cozy little room. What an incredible map. But sadly, it seems that this is the end of the road. So without further ado, it's time to head back to the radar station and finally check out that underground I've heard so much about. You know what? I was gonna run all the way back up, but maybe this is a good opportunity to do something that I've never had a chance to try in VR before. Yeah, I know it wasn't here before, but are you really gonna get mad at me for trying to craft a fun narrative out of this whole experience? Now, I don't know how this is gonna work. Well, that's certainly a weird perspective. It's like I'm sitting in my own lap. Okay, trigger to move forward. That's simple enough. Left trigger to brake and reverse. Is there a handbrake? Yes, B. Alright, I can drive. I don't even drive in real life. How am I going to operate this thing? Ugh. Oh, that is so weird. That is so weird, but this is so cool. Alright. Tally-ho! I think from what I observed before, I need to go up this way and to the right. This is so loud that I'm definitely going to have to lower the volume for this segment, but that's not a big deal. Whoa! We were able to get a little bit more kick out of this than I expected. Make this turn, make this turn. It's so weird watching this landscape fly by so quickly. Turn. Been such a long time since I played one of the Half-Life games and driven a vehicle. There's the storehouse on the right, which means I think we have to follow this down and to the right, correct? I think we have to make this right turn here, so hard turn. And, oh, we gotta go down and through the tunnel of death again. This is kind of exciting. I wonder how it'll look. And just like that, I know what kind of game I want. I want a horror driving game, which is already a genre of one game, basically. And I want it to be VR. A while back, I played a game called Beware on the channel, and it's such a unique concept, where it's actually a horror game about driving. Almost missed that turn and rammed myself into a tree. Well, you know what they say. A good driver sometimes misses his exit, but a bad driver never misses his exit. I'll just park it right here since I don't feel like going and opening the doors to let the car in. Now the next big question of the day. How do I get out? Oh, there we go. Got it on the first try. Shouldn't have even said anything. It would have looked so seamless. Now, we got a couple of things left to see. Not the least of which is what is going on with these mystery doors. When you withhold things like this from me, it just lets the mystery build in my mind. I know there's probably nothing much up there, but I've got to know. I wonder if there's a button somewhere. Okay, I'm cheating, and I can see that there's nothing up there. And it's a good thing there is nothing up there, or I'd feel bad for cheating. Alright. Let's see what's down there. Alright. Let's try to use whatever this system is. Come on. So according to this, it's in motion. But this must be a really long tunnel if I can't see it yet, and it's halfway down the tunnel. It's a really cool custom graphic, though. Ah, there it is. It's moving that fast, and it took this long. Now I'm curious, does this kind of system exist in subterranean networks in real life? Well, nowhere to go but up. Ooh. I'm being pulled to the back. Yeah. I don't have my... No! What's happening? What's happening? No! I should have known this thing was dangerous. This is not cooperating at all with the physics. I hope I don't fall out. Oh, yes, please, just gently deposit me back inside. Oh, I feel so wrong. I was having a regular out-of-body experience right there. The thing was like, and stay out. Oh, that is the most aggressive lift I've ever been party to. Let's send it out of here. Come on. Oh, these buttons are so finicky. Yes, Toodles! Piece of junk. Now, if my assumption is correct, we should be in the underground of the missile silo. Did something tunnel in or out? It's a whole cave. This is more like a mine, and this is an elevator. And we're quite deep from the look of it. This is not at all what I was expecting. See, I was expecting something more like GMOD, which I believe was also a missile base because it had those silos. In fact, it had those impossible silos that were far too deep underground. And yet you still couldn't see the bottom from where you were standing. I'm not quite ready for the safety Glock yet, but I am willing to bring out the flashlight at this point. Huh. It seems the staff found a little area to have their poker night. Can we interact with these radios? No. So where does this lead? Huh, there's some plywood stretched across the pipes. I bet there's something up there. I'm trying to be a little bit more methodical about how I go about this, and that usually means taking things one floor at a time. So eerie. This abandoned space with all its rusted metal and nothing but the sound of dripping water and air moving through the pipes, but you know that this thing's purpose, once upon a time, was to end the world if it came to it. This can't possibly all still be underground, can it? Oh my. I thought I was nearing the end, but am I just getting started with this map? This place could be quite large. I don't even know where to start. This place is enormous. I may have spoken too soon. Look at that narrow stairwell with the exposed light bulb hanging above it. It's so strange to think that this was a state-of-the-art facility. And this looks more like a cell than a barracks. I'll open you for later. Also, just so you guys know, this is the final straw. I'm going to go ahead and install a glow stick mod. Because I think for something like this, it'll really help with knowing where I have and haven't been. In the meantime, I'm going to have to rely on doors. Some maps, they close on a timer. I don't think this one does, because when I arrived back at the radar station, the doors were still open. Oh, it's a whole warehouse full of shipping containers. There's just something about looking at these huge cavernous spaces and knowing that all of this is underground. Ah, but that's daylight. And this loops around to here. Okay, so we are making progress. We are making more progress than I thought, because we're not as far underground as I thought. Let's go get an idea of where we actually are at geographically. Huh. So we are at the bottom of the hill below the silos themselves. Let's see what the sign says. Boreas Science and Engineering Center. The Joint Polar Research Team welcomes you. From the look of those silos, you were doing a little bit more than science and engineering. This was not an entirely civilian operation, to be sure. I think this should bring us into that observation deck above the entrance that we just saw. See, look at this. It's that Cold War grunge, that grimy look of dilapidated structures that were once the houses of the power of empires, and are now just crumbling concrete and rusted metal. There's really something to be said about the ruins of empires, and the creepy factor within. Just knowing what it was for and what it was waiting to do, if the call came. Now I could walk around these catwalks, but I think I'm going to finish exploring down here first. This is always my handicap in real-life exploring, is that for as difficult as some of these maps can be to actually get into a flow where I'll be able to see everything, obviously real structures aren't designed for you to be able to spin a walk through as a narrative, so it becomes even harder. Now this seems to be a different elevator shaft from the other one. There's still one in here. Wow, and look at the detail on all this. I think this is a model from Half-Life 2 Episode 2. But wow, this looks so cool. That's the dilemma of being really interested in military hardware is... I mean, it's cool stuff, engineering-wise, but... it's less fun when you think about what it's for. Alright, we're not going upstairs right now. What's behind door number 2? There's nothing here. Well, that's ominous. Knowing that not all of the missiles are in their silo kind of makes me wonder why this place is abandoned. Did something maybe happen? You know I want to climb down there and see what's going on. Yep, it's like climbing into the gorilla enclosure at the zoo. It comes out right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these tunnels would be constructed to vent all the exhaust when the rocket launches. Can I open that door over there? Probably not, right? Oh, nope, it does have handles. Some kind of generator room, perhaps? No, I don't even know what this is. It almost looks like some kind of big containment unit, but containment for what? I've been recording for over an hour, but it seems like I've got my work cut out for me. There's an interesting phenomenon that happens on all these maps that kind of trap me in them for a long period of time, where I start to experience something that's like some kind of hyper-immersion. Like, I really do forget that I am standing in my room and that I'm not actually here. I credit that a lot to the wider FOV and higher resolution of the index. I mean, when I recorded my RP Asheville exploration, I was drenched in sweat after a while because, well, that was a much scarier map. It had a lot more of a horror focus. Well, here's our engineering lab, it seems. I would be a lot more stressed out right now if this map had more of a horror focus to it. Huh. Well, here's that research they were talking about. I guess they are actually doing some of that when they're not preparing for the end of the world. You know, that's another scenario you could think of in regards to this place. What if the world actually did end? You know nothing's coming here, so this place probably isn't going to be destroyed in a nuclear rain. But after it's all over, then what? What are you gonna do, leave? There's nothing to go back to. This place would become your new home. And this looks like the lair of something evil, like some kind of throne for an incomprehensible machine god, but what this is actually for, I can't even imagine. I wonder if anybody can fill me in on what this equipment would actually do, if it is something that exists in real life. If a shadowy figure walked by this door right now, instant heart attack. What? What is this? This doesn't look like part of the facility. This looks like Something that they found. What is this? It's like a big ball, but it doesn't look like rock. It looks like it has, like, metallic properties. I'm drawn into it. I'm not doing this. It's like my character wants to walk up to it when I pass a certain point. Where is that point? And it makes noises when I touch it. Okay, this is going to be the last thing we look at. I'll come back to this after I finished exploring the rest of the facility. My God, that might go a long way towards explaining why this place is empty. Ooh, what does this button do? Yeah, I probably could have gathered that. Kind of cool on the map creator, though, to have all these blast doors actually function. Now this is that elevator shaft that messed me up before, and these are just going to be different levels along the actual silos themselves. Actually, it kind of looks like we skipped a floor. Also, yeah, I neglected to mention it before. I'm not going to make the joke, but... I think we're on the top floor now. I kind of just rocketed my way up here. This is a little bit unexpected. And that looks to be a little bit less than OSHA compliant. Ugh. Oh, I get bad vertigo just looking at that. I'm the kind of person who has to cling to the floor just climbing up to the attic, so this is not good for me. Alright, what's in here? This is probably like some kind of control room for the whole operation. Something really eerie about the fact that some of the computers are just on. It's almost like the ghost ship phenomenon of finding abandoned ships lost at sea with no crew in sight. It always makes you wonder what happened that was bad enough to get them to abandon ship, but not bad enough to actually sink the ship. No? What do you mean, no? I'm the boss of you, machine. Okay, I guess I'm taking the stairs. Actually, wait, there are no stairs. I'm taking the ICBM silo. More dimly lit concrete hallways. Oh, this map is so extensive. You know, in this way, it actually almost is reminding me of GMOD. I mean, remember what I said before about this seemingly serene landscape hiding something under its surface? That is a crack-openable vent. I wonder if it's the same one from before. I mean, this is so much larger than I would have expected. And it's all beneath that beautiful snowscape that we were looking at before. You would never suspect it to look at it, but here it all is. Here's the generators. I think I'm going to cut this short because I could spend a whole lot of time just wandering these hallways, and every time I think I'm close to seeing all there is to see, I just stumble onto even more. But we've already discovered the main event. And I think that's what you all are dying to see. So many vents that I just don't even have time to tap into right now. Don't think I didn't just hear that creaking. See, look at all the thought and the care that's gone into creating these spaces. Touches like the carpets and, you know, through the windows before we saw the ping pong tables and all that stuff set up. It really gives the impression not just of care going into the map, but really brings it to life in a way where it makes you feel like this isn't just a place where people worked, but a place where people lived. And thought has gone into not just how the place would be built, but how it would look after it's been lived in. And that's something that I always appreciate so much from map creators. Okay, I can't not look at whatever this is. Hatches. Is this maybe storage for, like, additional warheads? You know, it's that contrast where you see all these places where people lived and worked, all these common areas and other such spaces. That is an honest-to-God Alamau frozen in ice. They definitely found something strange here. But, like I was saying, it's that dichotomy between stuff like this and those lived-in areas and the civilian areas, and then you look at this and realize that this place was the end of the world. Or at least that was the intended purpose. Yeah. Whatever this is. Some clipping bugs, some texture weirdness going on here. But whatever this is, I'm sure it has something to do with that large object we found in the cave. And I'm more excited than ever to see what it's trying to do. Another thing that I really appreciate about maps like this is that we had to hunt for such a long time to find things like that spear, or like that creature frozen in ice. It truly was hidden. I mean, to the point where I had kind of stopped thinking about this as a scary map and just like a cool art piece, which it certainly still is, but now, knowing what I know, this whole place takes on a completely different tone. And I feel so much less safe wandering these halls. But this is what I meant before about this place feeling lived in. When you come through a location that's had this much care put into the environment design, it's almost like a time capsule of every time period that this place existed in. You can imagine people working or having leisure time or going about their day or arguing over who's the most bored. And then there's things like the spear down there, the fact that it's abandoned, the creature in the ice, and you almost start to piece together a timeline of events. I get the feeling that whatever was in that block of ice was found alongside the spear, and once they unearthed it, maybe during some kind of expansion to the tunnels like we've been seeing down there in the more natural cave area, like this almost looks like it would have had another one of those rail lines leading to some other facility. But instead they tunneled into that spear and something happened. I mean, that's the thing, is that's the big mystery box, is what led to this place being abandoned. Surely it has something to do with that, but what? What does it have to do? What do this spear and that strange creature encased in ice have to do with the abandonment of this facility? And whatever it is, it would have to have been here for a very long time. whatever this thing wants to do, I'm just gonna let it do it. It has begun to take me. Huh. I still don't understand. Ugh, I can't even jump away. Ugh. I really do wonder now if I'm meant to be left with questions, or if there's more to this map than what I was able to discover. But I'm gonna end it here. If there's more for me to find, please let me know your findings, and if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. And as always, I will see you in the next one.